How many of you have a phone? If so, what do you use it for? Do you use it for reading the news, looking at social media, contacting friends or family? Well, did you know that your phone can save a life? Hi, my name is Dani, and for my Mission Possible project, I do the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The Lifeline is free and confidential whenever you call. It provides emotional support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional distress. It is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and all across the United States. It is made up of national networks over 160 local crisis centers. The Lifeline combines local care resources with national standards and best practices. No matter what problems you're dealing with, whether or not you're thinking about suicide, if you need support to lean on for emotional support, you can call the Lifeline. Talking with someone about your thoughts and feelings can save your life. People can call to talk about substance abuse, economic worries, relationships, sexual identity, depression, mental and physical illness, and loneliness, just to name a few of the reasons. I chose the Lifeline for my MPP because of my personal story. I live day-to-day with depression and anxiety. I've never called the Lifeline personally, but I've benefited from the emotional support of others. I know people who wish their loved ones would have called the Lifeline sooner and gotten help that they needed. But I know that when you are struggling, it is hard to reach out and get the help you need provided. Everyone has a role in suicide prevention. If we talk about suicide and mental health, it means the less stigma around those topics. And that means more people might be willing to ask for help when they need it. Let's face it, this is a sensitive topic. On one hand, admitting you want to hurt yourself or that you're struggling emotionally can be embarrassing. It's scary. Suicide is an uncomfortable topic for a lot of reasons. It's death. Suicide and mental health are some of the words we whisper when we should be shouting them. Some people question my decision to do this for my MPP project on the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. But when you consider that suicide is the second leading killer for people ages 10 to 24 in Missouri, and the majority of those people who commit suicide look like my friends, they're mostly white, the majority of those white students are males. How could I not focus on the importance of this organization? The Lifeline provides direct support to those in a crisis when they need it most. When you call the Lifeline, first you'll hear a message saying you've reached the Lifeline, then you'll hear hold music until you're connected. Then a trained crisis worker will answer the phone at the closest crisis center towards you. Then they will listen, understand how you feel and how it is affecting you, provide support, and share resources so you can meet with someone face to face. The Lifeline provides additional services to family. Suicide is not inevitable. The Lifeline provides a way to start a conversation, teach others to provide support in the communities, and help those in need. Providing support, talking about suicide, reducing access to means of self-harm, following up with loved ones are all actions people can take to help others in crisis. I have learned that the number of people affected by suicide is far greater than most people think. Loved ones of those who died by suicide think of them. Substance abuse, physical abuse, anorexia, any form of mental illness can go untreated because of stigma surrounding each of them. Every 40 seconds, someone dies by suicide. For every one suicide, there are 25 attempts. That's 26 people who need help from the Lifeline every 40 seconds. It's also interesting to learn that the Lifeline is going above and beyond being there for people who need emotional support. The Lifeline partners on multiple innovations to raise public awareness and further the field of suicide prevention. Now I'm going to share with you my toolbox. For my toolbox container, I chose a phone tag. One, to represent how you can reach a Lifeline, and how we always have our phones with us. And that represents how the Lifeline is always available to us anywhere, at any time. My first item is a stuffed animal dragon. The stuffed animal part represents the care that they give over the phone and how they want to help reach you. The dragon represents suicide and all the reasons to call the Lifeline, and how the Lifeline itself is the knight in shining armor. They're there to protect you and save you from your own demons. My second item is a candle. The candle represents the light that they give and the warmth that they'll bring to you if you allow them to come into your life and share with you the resource that you need. My last item is an Active Minds Mental Health Awareness Bracelet. It represents the active role that they're playing in communities all across the United States and how they're spreading awareness not only about mental illnesses and suicide, but all the reasons and warning signs that can lead to it. Now I'm going to share with you my favorite part about this project. My extension project was the most special part of my MPP for me. I wrote a song called Here For You because of my own passion for music that I've had ever since I was 4 years old, and how music has helped me throughout my own struggles. I took two things that I care about and put them together. The song is sung from the perspective of someone who's hurting emotionally and who needs help. At the end, a group joins the chorus to symbolize how the Lifeline can be there to provide support, and so the singer is never alone. The Lifeline is available to anyone, anytime. No discrimination about who you are or where you live, and they want to make sure you're safe. You're not just another point on another chart in another boardroom in another building. You're a person first. There's no judgment. I also told you some interesting facts that I learned along the way with the detailed facts that come with the Lifeline. I knew it was important to spread the word about the Lifeline. Some things I'm going to take away from the project are Ms. Jackson's teachings about writing and my time management skills, and I'm also going to take more effort to get my world out there and how people can relate to myself. I told you what I'll take with me, but I hope you'll take with you is the Lifeline number, 1-800-273-TALK, 8255. So if you ever need to, you can share it with someone who's hurting or maybe save a life or your own. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline makes a positive difference in the world, not only by picking up the phone, but by what they say that can change someone's life. Thank you.